Good morning, children. Welcome back. Today, as I have told you in the previous class, that we are going to start a new chapter, isn't it? That is chapter 4, multiplication. Are you excited? Okay, in this lesson, we are going to learn multiplication by tens and hundreds. Okay, then properties of multiplication. Then multiplication by one-digit number, multiplication by two-digit number, and multiplying three-digit number by two-digit number. Alright? Okay, today we'll be learning two topics or doing two topics. That is the first and the second. Multiplication by tens and hundreds and properties of multiplication. Let's begin with multiplication by tens and hundreds. Okay. When we multiply any number by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and so on till 90, we multiply the number by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 respectively and put 0 to the right of the product we obtain. Okay, let me show you an example. Here we are going to multiply 16 and 30. Okay, now here we know that 30 is 3 tens are 30, isn't it? So we are going to write it this way, 3 into 10. 3 tens are 30. It's the same. Okay, now let me put these two inside this bracket. Now, those numbers which are inside the bracket, we are going to multiply. After we find the product, we'll multiply again with 10. Okay, now let's find out. Here, 16 into 3. Let's find the answer. 3 6 are how much? 3 6 are 18. Since it is 18, we can write 8 here and 1 will be carried over to the next place. Alright, now let's multiply again. 3 1 is 3. With 1 in hand, you have to add it. 3 plus 1 is 4. So here, the answers that we get is 48. Okay, and we are going to multiply again with 10. Now here, we have 48 and 10. You are going to multiply this 48 and 1 first. Okay, 48 1 is how much? Like 2 1 is 2. Likewise, 48 1 is 48. And here we have to put 1 zeros to the right of the product we obtain. So the answer is 480. This is the first method. The second method or the easier method is here. See, 16 into 30. Here we have 16 into 30, right? First, you have to multiply this 16 and 3, except 0. The numbers, you have to multiply it except the 0. Now, here we already multiplied 16 into 3, isn't it? And the answers that we got is 48. So we'll write 48 here. And here, since there is 1 0, we are going to put 1 0 here. We got the same answer. Okay. Here there is two methods. Here the first method is this one. It's a bit longer, and the second method is shorter and it is more easier, isn't it? Both of the method you have to remember it. Okay. Now similarly in multiplication by hundreds, when we multiply any number by 100, 200, 300, 400 and so on till 900, we multiply the number by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 respectively and put 2 zeros. Since it is 100, 100 has 2 zeros, we put 2 zeros to the right of the product we obtain. Okay, let me show you an example again here. Here we are going to multiply 12 into, let's say, 300. Okay, now let's multiply it. We write 12 here. We know that 300 is 3 into 100. Okay, now after putting these two numbers inside the bracket, let's multiply and find the product. 12 into 3. How much? 3 2 are 6. 3 1 is 3. We got 36. So 12 3 are 36. We need still to multiply with 100. Now here we have 100. 36 you multiply with 1. 36 1 is 36, and there are 2 zeros. We need to put 2 zeros to the right of the product obtained. This is the first method. The second method is like this. Okay, now here 12 and 3, you have to multiply it first. We already multiply here. The answer is 36, so write 36, and we have 2 zeros, so we are going to write 2 zeros to the right of the product we obtain. Okay, this is the second method, or the shorter method. All right, this is how we are going to multiply a number with tens and hundreds. All right, I hope you all understand. Now let's move on to the next, that is the properties of multiplication. Here the first properties of multiplication is number 1, multiplication by 0. When a number is multiplied by 0, the product is always 0. Okay, let me show you one example. 2 into 0. 2 0 are 0, not 2. Okay, when a number is multiply with 0, the answer is always 0. No matter how big the number is, if you multiply by 0, the product is always 0. Let me show you. If it is 24 into 0, the answer will be 0. Okay, or if it is a 3-digit like 435 into 0 will be 0. Okay, or if it is a 4-digit number like 6,291 into 0 will be 0. Okay, this is the first property of multiplication. If you multiply any number with 0, the answer will always be 0. Now the next properties of multiplication is multiplication by 1. When we multiply any number with 1, the answer is always the number itself. Okay, now let me show you with the help of examples. Here 3 1 is how much? Yes, it is 3. And if it is a 2-digit number like 52, 1 is how much? 52. Okay, if it is a 3-digit number, 725 into 1 is 725. Okay, or if it is a 4-digit number, if it is 9,688 into 1 will be 9,688. Okay, now this is the second property of multiplication. If we multiply any number with 1, the answer is always the number itself. Okay, now let's move on to the third property, that is order property of multiplication. The product of two numbers remains the same even if they are multiplied in any order. Okay, if they are multiplied in any order, the product will not change. Let me show you an example. Here we have 3 into 7. 3 7 are how much? 21, right? Okay, then 7 into 3, let's change the order. 7 3 are how much? 21. We get the same answer, right? Or we get the same product. Here the number does not change, only the order changes. Even if we change the order, the product will never change. So 3 into 7 is equal to 7 into 3. Okay, since the product are the same, so this is equal. Alright, this is the third property of multiplication. Now the last and the fourth property of multiplication is grouping property of multiplication. Here the product of three numbers remains the same even if they are grouped and multiplied in any order. Okay, let me show you one example again. Okay, let's say we are going to multiply 2 into 3 into 5. Okay, and let me group this, the first and the second number, and on the other side we are going to multiply the same number, but we are going to group it differently. Here 3 and 5. Now let's find out the answer. Those numbers which are inside the bracket, let's multiply it first. 2, 3 are how much? 6, isn't it? We still have 5, so let's 5 here. Let's write 5 here. Then 6, 5 are how much? 30, isn't it? Okay, now on the other side we have 2 into, let's multiply those numbers which are inside the bracket. 3 5s are how much? 15. Okay, now 2 into 15 will be how much? Okay, let's multiply this way. You can multiply this way. 2, 5 are 10. You have to write 0 and 1 will be carried over. 2, 1 is 2. With 1 in hand, you add it. 2 plus 1 is 3. We got the same answer, right? Okay, this shows that 2 into 3 into 5 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5. No matter how they are grouped, unless the numbers are changed, the products will always remain the same. Okay, these are the 4 properties of multiplications that you should remember always. Alright, now let's proceed to our textbook. Okay, get ready with your textbook. Turn to page 81. Exercise 4.2. We have in exercise 4.2 we have 2 questions. Question number 1, fill in the missing numbers, and question number 2, find the product. In question number 1, we'll be solving A, B and C together, okay, and D and E will be your assignment to solve it by yourself. And question number 2 also will be solving A, B and E together, and C, D and F will be your assignment. Alright, now here we have A. We have A here. Let's start solving. 12 into 30 equal to 12 into, here we already know that 30 is 3 into 10. 3 tens are 30. So the missing numbers is how much? 3. Okay, so write 3. And now we are going to find out the product of 12 into 3 and then multiply with 10. Now how are we going to do that? Let's solve it here. Okay, now let's multiply 12 into 3. 3 2 are how much? 6. 3 1 is 3. Now the product of 12 into 3 is 36. You still need to multiply with 10. Now let's multiply. 36 1 is 36, right? And we have 1 0. So the answer will be 36 with 1 0. Alright? Is it easy? Now the next one, we have 36 into 20 equal to, here you have to fill in the missing number, into 2 into 10. Okay, here the missing number will be which one? This, 36, right? So let's write 36 here. Then now let's multiply 36 into 2. Here 36, let's multiply with 2. 2 6 are how much? 12, right? So we'll write 2 here and 1 will be carried over. Then 2 3 are how much? 6, right? With 1 in hand. 6 plus 1 is 7. So the answer is 72. We still need to multiply with 10, right? So when we multiply with 10, it becomes how much? 72, 1 is 72, right? With 1 0, the answer will be 720. Easy, right? Now let's move on to C. Here we have 49 into 90 equal to 49 into 9 into, then what will be the missing number here? The missing number is here. 90 is 9. Tens are 90. Isn't it? Okay, now let's find out the product. 49 into 9. Okay, let's multiply it here. 49 into 9. 9 are how much? 81, right? Let's write 1 here. And 8 will be carried over. Then 9 4 are how much? 36, right? 36 you have to add with 8. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So the answer is 44. So we have 441. You have to multiply with 10. So 441 into 1 is 441. And since it is multiplied with 10, so you have to put 1 0 here. Okay. Now D and E, you have to do it by yourself. Let's move on to the next here. Okay, here question number 2 is find the product. Let's begin. A, we have 5 into 10. We already know the timetables of 5, isn't it? So 5 tens are how much? 50, or in other way you can do 5, 1 is 5, right? So write 5 in here. Since it is multiplied with 10, you have to put 1 0 to the right of the product we obtain. Alright, now here we have 11 into 20. Now in this question we have to use the sorter method that I explained it earlier. Okay, now we have to multiply this 11 and 2 first. Let's multiply it here. 11 into 2. Okay, 2 1 is how much? 2. 2 1 is 2, right? Okay, now the answer is 22. And since we have 1 0 here, we have to put 1 0 here. Alright. Now the next is E. Here we have 3 into 300. Okay. Now we have to multiply these numbers except the zeros. 3 3s are how much? 9, right? So write 9. And since we have 2 0 here, we have to put 2 zeros to the right of the product we obtain. Okay, this is how you're going to solve the second question, that is find the product. Alright, here is C, D, and F. You have to solve it by yourself. Now let's move on to the next exercise, that is exercise 4.3. Okay, here in exercise 4.3, we have fill in the missing numbers. We'll be solving 1, 3, 5, and 9 together, okay, and the rest 7, 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 will be your assignment to do it by yourself. Okay, let's begin. Question number 1. 167 into 0 equal to, here in the properties we learned that whenever any number is multiplied with 0, the answer will always be what? 0. Okay, so the answer is 0. Alright. Now the next question number 3. We have 4,631 into, you have to fill in this missing number, equal to 4,631. Here we got the same number, isn't it? In the product we got the same number. This means that the number is multiplied with 1, correct? Okay, now the next is 5. Here we have 6 into 4 equal to, here the missing number You have to fill in this missing number into 6. Here 6 is on the left side we have 6 into 4, and on the other side we have 6, right? So the missing number will be which one? Here 4, isn't it? Here this one is, we are applying what type of property? Order property of multiplication, isn't it? Now 9. We have 16 into 3 into 9 equal to, here you have to fill in the missing number into 3 into 9. Here if we compare the left side and the right side, 3 into 9 is already on the right side, then which number is missing? It's 16, right? So you have to fill in 16. It's easy, isn't it? Okay, I hope you can solve the rest. Okay. With this, we finish today's class. Please revise your timetables again and again. Okay. See you next time.